Every bottle begins the same way, with a hand that knows when the funneler. Ripe Montmorency cherries, harvested at peak sugar and Smeland. Each crate holds 40 kilograms, carefully filled, never compressed.
Heavy as my ex's grudges.
Within an hour, a single row yields over 2 tons of fruit. Loading is fast. The cherries must reach cold storage within 6 hours of picking.
Right, good. Save some for the boss.
The Orchard Road has carried this same harvest for over Hammond. Every load is weighed and logged before it leaves the farm. A cold mist drops the fruit temperature by 4 degrees before the road journey begins. The farm gate closes behind it. The cherries' journey to the factory has begun. What a beautiful day. Rolling along. 12 kilometers away, the machines are already warming up. The facility processes up to 80 tons of cherries every 12-hour shift. The intake road was built wide enough for 2 fully loaded vehicles to pass simultaneously. On peak harvest days, convoys arrive every 20 minutes without pause. Every delivery is verified against the morning harvest log before entry.
You're clear. Go ahead. Morning. Headed to the orchard? You bet. Have a good one.
Inside this yard, raw fruit becomes refrigerated inventory within the hour. The reversing signal has been the same hand gesture here for 2 decades.
Perfect, park mate. Now let's unload this beast before it bites.
The leveler creates a seamless bridge, no vibration, no drop between dock and vehicle. The forks must be perfectly level. A tilted stack means bruised fruit and wasted yield. Vorgive loose hat Rausch Lissingreich. It maneuvers through the warehouse to the storage area, ensuring the load is stable. The intake bay stays at 4 degrees. Cold chain begins the moment the crates cross the threshold. Fresh from the orchard. From this moment, every crate in this building is tracked by batch, weight, and time of arrival. Beyond the cold intake, the facility opens into its first processing corridor. Every shift begins with targets written by hand, a habit older than the machine. Stats are updated. Moving to the next batch. Time check. Need to keep this line moving. No one enters the production floor without completing the full hygiene protocol. No. Another day, another gummy apocalypse.
Let's see what twist is in store today.
The air curtain removes surface particles before any worker reaches the fruit.
Finally, the heart of it all.
The heart of it all. 60 meters long, 12 meters wide, this floor runs 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. Positive air pressure inside the building prevents outside contaminants from entering through any gap. Every fluid in this building travels through a closed pipe system. Nothing is exposed to open air. The intake hopper feeds at a controlled rate, too fast, and the sorters downstream are overwhelmed. Next stop, the high-tech sorters that spot the perfect picks. The floor supervisor walks every line at the start of each batch, eyes before instruments. The line is set, the fruit is moving, and the first transformation is seconds away. "12 jets, 3 bar pressure, every cherry is washed in under 2 seconds. Wash water is collected, filtered, and recycled. Nothing leaves this building untreated. The roller gap is set to 4 millimeters, wide enough for stems, too narrow for whole fruit. Air separation removes what water cannot, the lightest surface contaminants lifted and extracted. AI eyes spot imperfection. Only the finest cherries pass the cut.
Got another split one here.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Nothing bruised reaches the press. Damaged fruit oxidizes faster and compromises the final flavor. Bruised cherries are mechanically rejected to maintain flavor integrity. They are diverted for composting, reducing waste. Size grading ensures uniform fruit enters the press. Consistent size means consistent juice yield. These are the cherries that will become juice, selected, sized, and spotless. You're too good for juicing, little buddy. The buffer hopper regulates flow. Without it, the machines downstream would receive fruit in uncontrollable surges. In 8 minutes, raw field fruit has become clean, graded, and metered stock, ready for the core process. The pitter processes 1,200 cherries per minute, each fruit seeded individually before all. Each punch pin is calibrated to the millimeter. Too deep and it damages the flesh. With pits removed, the cherries head to juicing, where pressure squeezes out every drop of ruby red liquid. Cherry pits are collected separately, processed later into agricultural compost or cosmetic grade. Done. A perfectly pitted cherry loses nothing but the stone, flesh, skin, and juice cell. Next, the pitted cherries ascend in a bucket elevator, ready for crushing and juicing. The elevator lifts 1 ton of fruit every 4 minutes. Gravity will do the rest. Pectinase begins breaking down cell walls before crushing, unlocking up to 15% more juice from every kilogram of fruit. Let's dance, little cherries! 10 minutes of gentle agitation and the fruit is already beginning to release. Temperature control at this stage is critical. Too warm and fermentation begins before the press. The gate opens and the preparation phase ends. From this point, the fruit will never be whole again. Every machine in this section exists for one purpose: to deliver perfect fruit to the crusher at the perfect moment. In the first second of contact, the fruit surrenders everything it has held since the orchard. One glorious plop at a time, the surrendered sweetness claims its chaotic kingdom. Free-run juice, released by crushing alone, is the purest fraction of the entire process. The screen aperture is 800 microns. Flesh passes through, fiber and skin do not. Ladle's full, pouring now. Got it. Folding the first pack. Second right ram will extract every available drop.
Gold.
At 60 bar of pressure, the press extracts 92% of available juice from the pulp mass. Raw cherry juice, unfiltered, unheated, and carrying the full flavor of the fruit. The raw juice tank holds 8,000 liters, enough to supply the pasteurizer for 40 continuous minutes. The technician opens a valve, diverting the raw cherry juice toward pasteurization. This ensures a 72 degrees for 15 seconds, the precise thermal window that eliminates pathogens without cooking the flavor. Now purified and poised, our cherry elixir races toward its cool destiny. Flavor locked in, adventure just beginning. The hold tube is the moment the juice becomes safe, every pathogen neutralized, every beneficial compound preserved. From crushed fruit to finished juice in 11 minutes, the transformation is complete. The juice crosses into the control zone, where every parameter is continuously measured and recorded. (13.4 degrees Brix), the natural sugar content. pH 3.4, the acidity that preserves the juice naturally and delivers the sharp, clean flavor of real cherry. Every routing decision in this zone is made by a trained technician. Valve. Filtration does not change the juice, it reveals it, removing the last suspended particles without touching the flavor. Every batch is tested before it moves forward. Color, clarity, acidity, and sugar verified against the product standard. The alignment arm handles 400 bottles per minute, spacing consistent to within half a millimeter. A hairline crack invisible to the human eye is seen immediately. That bottle will never be filled. Quench time, precision pour turns empty dreams into fizzy reality. From one room, a single operator monitors the state of every machine, every pipe, and every tank in the facility. The automation zone does not make the juice. It makes certain the juice is exactly what it should be every single time. (330 milliliters), filter within 1 milliliter of tolerance on every single bottle. Captain crowned, ready for its juicy adventure. 24 heads, 1 continuous rotation. The carousel never stops, never pauses, never misses. One-tenth of a second of nitrogen, and the juice inside this bottle will not oxidize for 18 months. The torque is set precisely, enough to create an airtight seal without stressing the glass neck. The induction seal is the final barrier between the juice and the outside world. Tested randomly, trusted completely. The label must sit flat, aligned, and centered. A misaligned label at this scale means thousands of rejected bottles. Every bottle carries its batch code, a number that traces it back to the orchard, the harvest date, and the exact processing shift. The final vision check is the last gate. Anything that does not meet the standard leaves the line here. The accumulation table is where individual bottles become a shipment, grouped, channeled, and prepared for the world outside. Teamwork makes the dream case work. 12 bottles, 1 motion, 1 second. The case packer never fumbles and never hesitates. The sealed case is the unit of commerce. From here it will not be opened until lived. The barcode printed here will be scanned at every point in the supply chain. Here, cases accumulate, ready for the robotic arms that will stack them onto pallets for shipment. 40 cases per layer, 6 layers per pallet. The palletizer calculates every business. The brick pattern distributes load evenly. A fully built pallet carries over 500 trolleys. Layer 2 clicks in like a pro. Watch this bot stack taller than your coffee pile. 6 layers, 240 bottles, built in under 4 minutes, ready to fall. Stretch wrapping applies 300 kilograms of containment force. The pallet will not shift in transit. The pallet label is the pallet's passport, scanned at every warehouse gate, every loading dock, and every delivery point. From the production line to the warehouse floor in under 3 minutes, the cold chain never broken. Perfect timing! Keeps the chill in the cherries! At 4 degrees, this warehouse can hold 600 pallets, enough cherry juice to fill 3 million glasses. Every pallet here was an orchard of cherries this morning. By tomorrow, it will be on a delivery truck. The refrigerated truck holds 14 pallets, pre-cooled to 4 degrees before the first pallet is loaded. Chilly welcome, let's load her up. Nothing is loaded without a manifest check, every pallet accounted for before the truck door closes. The loading sequence is choreographed, weight distributed front to back, heaviest pallets against the bulkhead. "14 pallets, 3,360 bottles, 1 truck, 1 delivery route, 1 morning's work." The seal number is photographed and logged. If it arrives broken, the delivery is rejected without question. The same gate that opened for the cherry harvest this morning now opens to send the finished product out into the world. "12 kilometers from orchard to factory this morning, now 80 kilometers from factory to city by nightfall."
Booking number? 79. Bay 7, proceed. Okay, you're clear. Bring it forward. Keep it straight. A little more.
Every batch number matches. Every bottle accounted for. The chain from orchard to distribution is complete. Looks good. Take it down aisle 3.
Copy that, moving it now.
And this is how modern factories produce cherry juice from start to finish.